think about those outfits?
I don't know. A lot of people hated him.
I would wear that at the Olympics.
If I was there.
If I was an
That shit
athlete.
looks whack to me. Golden goal.
We need a rematch.
Right, Crosby. Everyone remembers where they were when they saw that.
I don't think I watched it. Did you?
Well, you're gonna watch this one. Snoop Dogg was named honorary coach
Of?
Team USA. He's just everywhere, and somehow it just makes sense.
It's just voter fraud.
He's like apparently has something to do with Lion King. Like you know about it.
Everything. He's like, I didn't see it, but I wouldn't like it either. If you didn't see it, what didn't you like?
The Office should hold some form of professionalism. The Oval Office.
As soon as they got social media, I feel like a lot of professionalism left. Crazy viral story about Adam Sandler and his daughter. It's not real.
This exact thing happens in Pretty Woman.
I remember where she gets disrespected at a store.
Right,
but in Pretty Woman, she's a hooker.
Yeah. People are getting married at Disney World.
World or land? I don't know which one it is.
Is it? Oh, it's land?
The Haunted Mansion one I think you're talking about is Land.
Land. Okay.
I've never been to land. That's the California one, right?
I've been to Land.
You've been to land.
Which one have we been to?
And do you know the trick
What's the trick?
of how to differentiate which is
World
which?
is ORL.
Yeah.
Orlando.
So you needed a whole formula?
It's
remember.
Everyone uses it.
And
the
LA
trick.
is land.
Really?
LA is land. Yeah.
Because
I
it's
think-
in LA.
I just know it, I think.
No, I mess it up all the time.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
Every time I bring it up, I tell somebody I've been to Disneyland. She's like, well, you went to Disney World.
Bertinder gets mad too. Because he thinks like World is way better.
Yeah, it's a massive.
It is, but he thinks you think it's like I'm
But I
better
heard
than
that-
you.
And people are getting married on land too, I guess.
Yeah, that's crazy though.
It's pretty. It's really nice. Like I saw a picture of a bride and groom in front of the mansion.
Yeah.
It looks really nice.
I don't know the kind of people you have to be to get married at Disney though. Right?
It costs 25 to 40K just to get married there.
Yeah, just for the venue.
Fee.
That's a steep price tag. Bro.
And you have to get married before the park opens. That specific one. There's
So
other
that's
ballrooms that
early.
you can do
Yeah.
during the day,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that one it has to be before. And then there's some that happen after the park closes.
Yeah.
And there's a guest limit. There's like 25 guest limit.
What? That's
25?
Yeah.
For that one, there's other ones
For
where
that
like I
specific.
think in front of the castle it's like up to 300.
Oh.
That one probably costs way more.
Yeah.
That one I think it's a $40,000 fee plus like
Vendors.
everything
What kind of
else.
money do people have, man? People that are into Disney this much? How much into Disney do you have to be to get married at
There's
Disney?
some influencers I see like go there every single year.
Yeah.
Well, that's their job now, though, right?
I don't know
in-
that that's their job.
There's people that are just Disney.
Yeah. There's
I've
a whole
seen those.
community.
Like there's a
Yeah.
Disney walking thing. Like you just go there to walk.
Yeah.
It's a great place
You
to get
buy
your
a
steps in.
season
man.
pass. Yeah, I guess so.
An
yeah.
expensive place to get your steps in.
How much do you think a season pass is? How much do you think a season pass is?
I don't know. I would never.
I know we don't even live.
the last time that we went though, we stayed on the property. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
convenient when you have a kid and stuff like that. But I can't imagine like ever getting married there.
25 gas. That's you can have a Punjabi wedding.
Hell
ever.
no, bro. These days though, I don't know if it's the economy or what it is, but people seem to have smaller guest lists.
That's why I thought that was affordable. I'm like 25K. It's not that bad.
Nah, that doesn't include the ceremony and all the other shit, the food and everything that goes with it, right?
And then having to get married at 7 a.m.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But
That's wild.
sick weddings are so early too.
I
Yeah,
mean,
get up to
but-
get
get
ready.
up, but then you don't
Yeah.
really get married till
Yeah.
Imagine
noon.
when you would have to get up to.
Oh yeah. You just
Well,
probably
yeah.
wouldn't sleep.
That's wild, man.
I mean, it would move everything along faster.
That's the whole reason why you would do it. I think it's weird that when grown people are getting like if you're getting married at Disney, it's kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
What if you just love Disney?
Yeah, like Disney
Like
adults.
that much?
There's
Is a
like
thing.
The adults. Disney adults.
Disney adults.
Oh my god! You have to have a name for everything.
adults.
I just made that up. I don't know if it's a thing.
No, I don't think
No,
it's
it's
a thing.
real. I'm joking. I don't know.
But anyways, Winter Olympics, the opening
off.
ceremony, yeah. It's in Italy, so it's held in 4 different cities. For the first time in history, there's 2 separate cauldrons that were lit. And cauldrons, right?
Ooh, witch's brew.
But it seems like people are kind of into the Winter Olympics again. There was a 34% rise in viewership in the U.S. on NBC and Peacock. In Canada, Olympics drew 16 million viewers across CBC.
Oh, shit.
And in the U.S., I think it was around average viewership was around 21.4 million.
Damn.
Making it the highest audience since Sochi, which was in 2014.
That's crazy.
Right?
Why? What do you think that is?
I think a lot of that has to do with streaming.
Streaming, yeah.
Yeah, I think
You're
a lot
saying
of
it was
that
on
has to do with
Paramount?
streaming. Yeah, no, it's on Peacock, but like a lot of like I think India is streaming for the first time. A lot of these countries are starting to have some form of streaming
India's at
platforms.
the Winter Olympics.
Did you see them at the opening ceremonies?
Nah,
They had 2
I wonder what they're competing in.
I don't know.
Yeah, I actually didn't
that, I
see.
mean, you can compete in figure skating. And
They
stuff,
got
I
that
guess.
one gold. Remember
Skiing?
at the
The
Summer
Summer
Games?
Olympics?
It was shooting, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think we saw that.
Damn. What do you guys think about those outfits?
I don't know. A lot of people hated them. I don't like that specific outfit, but the rest of their collection, I looked at it. It's pretty good.
So
They
you
look
went and
pretty
looked
cozy.
into their collection because
Of
you're
course I did.
curious. And you're like, I need some Lululemon.
No, I just wanted to compare them.
Yeah, because
everyone
the
hated
U.S. had Skims.
Oh, Skims did theirs?
Yeah,
Damn.
their
Okay.
haul looked pretty cool too.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think about the outfits?
I didn't hate it. It looked warm.
Yeah, they look
There's a
cozy.
big can of flat.
It looked like they were in Corte Pajama.
Nah, you guys rage baiting. You guys actually
No,
guys like
I
this?
would wear that at the Olympics.
If I was there,
if I was an
That shit
athlete.
looks whack to me.
I don't
I
have
saw
their
that
ear
shit.
flaps down either.
You're concerned about the ear flaps. It's in Italy. It's not Canada where it's cold as shit right now. It hasn't been above
It's not that cold.
freezing for so long. It's not that cold?
If you got ear flaps, you might as well use the ear flaps. That's all I'm saying.
It's just the costume.
I don't know. I think like if they're trying to I don't know, go viral and stuff with those, then yeah, it worked. If that's the marketing play,
Yeah.
right? But outside of that, like nah.
I just don't like the maroon color.
You're focused on the color.
Yeah.
Eh? Like
Nah,
the
Is that the
colorway.
brownish?
Yeah,
Is it
like the-
maroon? But
or
they have the
whatever.
big leaf on it.
Yeah,
It's
that's
But even
right.
that's gotta
he
be a
wants
more
like
vibrant
bright,
red.
Vibrant red.
I
He
think that's
doesn't like.
just the video. I think it is
He
a
doesn't like
vibrant red.
neutral, like he
It's
doesn't like.
gotta look like the
no.
red on the
It's
flag.
got,
Yeah.
it's got to be red. It's got to be red,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Talking about Canadians, you guys see the Tate McRae stuff when people are hating on him?
Oh yeah, the ad.
Oh, hi. I'm a bit lost. Tate McRae?
Why the hell is she talking to
nobody.
Hedwig?
Nobody's girl, that is. I'm trying to get to Milan for an amazing opening ceremony and meet Team USA. Then it's the weekend with America's best skating for gold and Lindsey Vonn's epic comeback. And back to the States for the big game, Super Bowl 60.
She forgot where she lives.
Milan, such a cool place. And when the Winter Olympics arrive, it'll get even cooler. When these
this is
incredible
Dua
women
Lipa.
take the world stage, Lindsey Vonn, fearless. Alyssa Liu, graceful. Michaela Schifrin, historic. And Chloe Kim, levitating.
That owl was crazy.
Looks like Hedwig.
Where did he come from? Makes no sense.
So the whole thing is that obviously Dua Lipa is what? She's British,
British, I
right?
think,
And then Tate
Tate
McRae is
McRae.
Canadian, right?
Yeah, and she's from Alberta.
Yeah. So what most people are like upset that they're going and doing it for the US, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about it?
I feel like even if I'm a celebrity, I can't do that, man. You gotta rep your country.
It seemed weird, right?
But they're doing this. They did it with her.
That's what I was
They
gonna
did it with them too, and
Yeah.
then they did it with John Hamm as
Yeah,
well.
they did with John Hamm too. And I feel like there's low key trolling, right? By hiring, it seems that way because if you're hiring British and Canadian stars
Yeah.
to like promote the US at the Olympics, it feels like they're trolling.
Yeah, I'm sure they are, but like these Canadian artists are still signing up to do it. And
Well, if
that's,
somebody's
like,
gonna give you the
rude.
bag,
No.
like this economy is kind of tight. You guys saw the unemployment.
I don't think
It's going.
Tate
Yeah, I guess.
McRae needs that much money, man.
What do you mean? Everyone needs money, bro. Everyone's trying to get money.
Even if I'm
Everyone
getting
doing
paid,
it.
like promoting another country at the Olympics,
Yeah,
that's
that's
wild.
Come on, especially at this time.
No, I'm just saying. Like, I'm making the argument for. I get the national pride angle. Like, I completely get it. To me, it's just the trolling thing, right? If they're trolling, you have to catch on to that and be like, nah, like what? Like, if you're gonna get so many stars from other countries to, be the spokespeople for your commercials
Yeah.
for the Olympics,
They keep doing it too.
Yeah.
They're just feeding into it. It feels like even the viewership you were saying, it just feels like there's so much like it feels like everybody versus US. Like when they panned to JD Vance and his wife, they got booed.
Yeah.
And then when the Canadians came out, they're getting cheered.
Yeah.
It's like the anti-US team.
Everyone hates the US.
Yeah. That's what it felt
Everyone
like.
hates the tariffs. That's all.
Dude, he's tariffing everybody, right?
He's gonna
Bro,
tariff
not just
them
us.
now.
They better be careful, man. Italy's gonna start catching some Italy's gonna start catching some tariffs, man. They need to be a little bit reserved with that. But we all know what we're waiting for here.
In the hockey?
In the hockey game, bro. The gold medal game. Like that's supposed to happen on February the 22nd, I believe, right? And hoping that it's Canada versus US.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
We need that.
Last time that happened, 2010, gold and goal.
We need a rematch.
Right, Crosby. Everyone remembers where they were when they saw that game.
Yeah.
Right. You remember? I think we were in uni at that time still, right?
Yeah.
I remember we were like, all of us were surrounded by the TV, just watching it and
Woke
just
up, skipped class, just
just sitting there, man.
Yeah.
Like 20 of us. It was pretty sick. But yeah, I feel like the last time in this happened, the golden goal game,
yeah.
there was it was the most watched television broadcast in Canadian history.
Oh.
With an average viewership somewhere around 16 to 17 million, peaking somewhere above 20 million. Approximately 80% or higher of the entire Canadian population saw that game at some point.
Yeah, at that time, that's like half the population, right?
80%, they're saying.
No, 16 million.
No, that's
viewership.
average viewership. Peaking,
Yeah.
like the peaking numbers are somewhere between 22 million or 28 million, they're saying, right? And then if you take into consideration that some people are 90 and some newborns, right?
Yeah.
Like they're probably not watching and
Yeah.
stuff, right? Like pretty much the entire country has seen that game, right?
Yeah,
or
yeah,
was
yeah.
watching that game when it was taking
No,
part.
it was a big deal. Man.
Yeah, no, it was a massive game.
We
I
need
don't
to
think I watched it. Did you?
Well, you're gonna watch this one.
50%.
Oh, this room, 50%. You're not allowed to be on the podcast anymore. No.
Okay.
Everyone remembers where they were. I'm like, I wasn't aware. I wasn't watching
You were in
that.
uni. That I was probably in uni. I think.
You don't remember the golden goal?
I didn't watch hockey when I was in uni.
God
my
damn.
God.
I had fun.
The women
But
started
that's
off
fun,
strong.
huh?
They won their first game.
Nobody
Yeah.
watches that, man.
What?
I think they're gonna go for gold again. They got
Indy's
gold
gonna
last
watch every game.
I watch everything, man.
Everything,
Last summer, I was sitting down with
No,
her. I
you
was
don't.
watching speed skating.
Yeah.
You got to finish it. It's like your new project.
we got a medal there too. We got bronze.
The skiing one was cool.
It's the only
Yeah.
medal
That
we
was
got. But they
exciting to
sucked.
watch.
That girl kept falling.
A gold Canada.
Yeah.
dude.
That's
The
all I'm
others were
concerned
cool.
about. You think I care about any
It
other
was-
No,
country?
but Canada has to dominate in
Yeah.
Winter Olympics. We
Yeah,
should.
yeah.
it's so cold here.
Should be top.
But what about like
Three.
Russia and stuff?
They do well
It's
too.
cold there.
Russia's
too.
bad.
Yeah,
Oh.
they're
Oh,
bad
they're
now.
not even in it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Ukraine's there though.
Yeah, they're killing her.
I don't think so. Did you guys see Snoop Dogg was named honorary coach?
Of?
No.
Team USA.
Oh, what?
The hockey team?
No, the
The entire team. He's
Oh,
like,
all of the athletes?
Yeah.
How? Why?
because he's Snoop Dogg, man.
This guy's everywhere, right?
Yeah, he's actually everywhere.
Yeah.
He's just everywhere, and it somehow it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Everyone just loves Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he was, they were promoting it, I guess, his role, and he was like doing some sledding, and he's just like swearing. He's like, oh man, he's like falling off. It's pretty cool, man. You ever seen him doing any broadcasting? I
Yeah.
think he's gonna do some broadcasting too for this.
Bro.
Yeah, he's a special broadcasting correspondent.
Yeah.
He's
It's-
funny.
When he
I've
does
seen
the
him
basketball games,
do it with Kevin Hart, like a little back and forth between sports. It's funny.
yeah,
You know
He's
how
so funny.
hard it is to navigate through for 50 years or 40 years, however long he's been doing this shit, and like
Marketing
not get
genius.
too many people mad at you, and like, you know, on a global stage, people still want you to do this kind of shit.
Exactly.
That's
Or even
crazy.
when you like show up at concert, everybody goes crazy.
Yeah. And he's had issues where people give him backlash over certain things. Like, remember when that Drake thing happened with just recently with the
using
Drake
his voice.
Yeah, using his voice. At first he was like, it's cool, and then he was like, nah, what the hell?
Yeah.
I didn't say it's cool or some shit.
Nah,
Even
he's great at playing the middle, man.
even I feel like he even played the right, the left pretty well during the whole Trump campaign and shit, like on the political side of it. Like, he's good at it.
That's why everyone likes him.
Yeah, he's
He was like friends with Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
yo,
like-
it's a skill,
Yeah.
man,
He's
to be
so
able to do
versatile.
all of that. It's
Yeah.
not. It's hard work, man. You got to be a little, you know.
You know,
not a
recently he was on The Voice. Do you know that?
He's everywhere.
Yeah, he's
Singing competition
Yeah.
show. Yeah, he was a judge on
Yeah,
that. Like, what? He's a rapper.
I remember wasn't he on Call of Duty too?
He's
before?
everywhere, man.
He was on Call of Duty. He used to do
This
the
guy's
voice for
everywhere.
like, you know, when you like
your
all the-
loadout or whatever.
Yeah, he'd just be the Snoop Dogg. He's all over the place.
Yeah, imitate him. Go.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not. I don't have the greatest imitations. You guys. But yeah, talking about Trump.
Oh, his post.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So he put out this post on. I think he put it on Truth Social. It's depicting the Obamas as apes, right? He's saying that he didn't see it, and seemingly they blamed a staffer. I couldn't find the whole clip anywhere, but like everyone saw the part, I think, that we're talking about, right? And we do have him reacting to the
Trump?
clip,
Yeah.
what he thought of it.
A post that you took down earlier today. The White House says that a staffer sent it. Who sent it, and are you going to
I
fire
looked at
them?
it. No, I looked at it. I saw it, and I just looked at the first part. It was about voter fraud in someplace, Georgia. There's a lot of voter fraud, 2020 voter
Lutnick was
fraud.
chilling in the back.
And I didn't see the whole thing. I guess during the end of it, there was some kind of a picture that people don't like. I wouldn't like it either, but I didn't see it. I looked at the first part, and it was really about voter fraud and the machines, how crooked it is, how disgusting it is. Then I gave it to the people. Generally, they'd look at the whole
Gave it
thing,
to
but
the
I guess
people.
somebody didn't. And they posted, and we took it down, and we, you know. But that was a voter fraud that nobody talks about. They don't like to talk about that post. We took it down as soon as we found out about it.
Mr. President, a number of Republicans are calling on you to apologize for that post. Is that something you're going to do?
No, I didn't make a mistake. I mean, I look at a lot of thousands of things, and I looked at the beginning of it. It was fine. And they had that one post, and I guess it was a takeoff. By the way, a lot of people covered. If you look at where it came from, I guess it was a takeoff on the Lion King, and certainly
Yes.
was a very strong post in terms of voter fraud. Nobody knew that was at the end. If they would have looked, they would have seen.
Apparently it's just voter fraud.
He's like, apparently it has something to do with Lion King. Like, you
Like,
know
he knows
about
everything.
it. He knows everything.
He knows everything. He's like, I didn't see it, but I wouldn't like it either. If you didn't see it, what didn't you like?
Yeah.
He's like, yo, I feel like somebody just told him, they're like, yo, bro, that shit looks whack. Like,
yeah.
yo, this shit's like, people are getting really mad about it.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, what should I say? And there's like, yo, the first
He's
half.
like, I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, he's just like, imagine the call. He just says some stupid shit like that.
I couldn't even find the part he's talking about. Apparently, according to him, it started with the voter fraud they're talking about. And that's not
took
going to
it down.
matter
They
anyway.
took
Yeah, I
They
didn't see
took it
that
down
part either.
right
I
away.
just
I
saw
couldn't even
the
find
other
it.
part.
Yeah.
Even the video that you pulled, the full video in it,
Yeah, I watched.
where he says he condemns it, right? Where
Yeah,
he thinks it's not right. He's just not gonna apologize for it, right?
'Cause why would
and
he do
he's
that?
like, it was a retruth, right? Because it's on Truth Social. and
Yeah, yeah.
Anything else? He's like, so it wasn't something that like they organically created. It's
Okay.
something that they were reposting.
They just found they liked it a lot and they reposted.
He still posted it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he's
And
so
then they blame
annoying.
some like poor guy that probably lost his job.
They just blamed it on some staffer.
No, this staffer doesn't exist, right?
It
It's
was
just some random.
11:30 at night. Like, it wasn't a staffer. He did it.
And when he's saying it, he's like, I look at thousands of what memes every day.
What the heck?
On your Truth
No,
Social?
well, he like despite all the bullshit, he is the president, right? So he has other shit to do. I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't like. I do know that he probably doesn't write. I shouldn't say I do know. He doesn't write those tweets himself. My assumption.
Yeah.
Right. Like he has
Too many
somebody.
of them.
Yeah. He probably has somebody who's sitting there typing them out for him. I think he's even mentioned that somebody does it. He's even saying there he doesn't post all of them.
Yeah. The staffer does.
Yeah. Despite it being a staffer or not, or whoever it is, a president or the office of the president or the White House shouldn't be doing this shit.
For
right?
sure.
Like, we've seen those videos of the ICE, whenever they were detaining them.
Yeah.
With the music and stuff.
With the music,
right?
the Santa Claus ones and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
Making like fun of it,
Yeah.
right? Which some of it is like, you can play with it a little bit, but the more you keep doing it, the worse it gets, right?
Yeah.
And the more like you start to, I don't know, it becomes like a problem because it starts to then affect culture,
Yeah.
right? And other people start reacting because Trump's not just the president of the US, right? He's the leader of the free world,
Yeah.
right? And whatever US culture is kind of like most people in Canada will always talk about like why are Canadians so obsessed with politics? I think on one side of it you have, money, obviously, Wall Street, right? That's a no-brainer, right? On the other side, Canada, like the rest of the world, we all consume American movies, TV shows, music, entertainment.
Yeah.
And a part of American culture right now is politics.
Yeah.
It was mostly talked about with like older people back in the day. Now everyone talks about it, right?
Sure.
Why? Because everyone's got a podcast and everyone talks about politics, right?
Right.
But while you're talking about politics, and if it is a part of culture, whatever he then says, it kind of permeates the zeitgeist and it starts to create this, acceptance or normalization of racism.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And then you see pockets of it. Like we were having this conversation. Racism that you would have faced growing up, or maybe our parents faced when they immigrated here. Like our dad came here when he was like 14.
Yeah.
Right? He went to high school here. We were born and raised here. I have a kid here, right? Like to me, it's not that you haven't faced racism. The weird thing about it is it's just so prevalent in the sense that people are they'll just openly talk and joke about certain things. Like you even see this internet culture, right? Like you see Nick Fuentes, you see that Clav guy, you see a bunch of these streamers dropping N-bombs.
Right.
Very casually. It's
Very
crazy.
casually.
Yeah.
And not just them, it's people I'm not going to start naming all of them, but like a lot of streamers, right? I didn't grow up like that.
Yeah.
And it's like this rage bait culture, I feel like their whole prerogative is like, if we rage bait, we get the clicks and views later
viral.
on.
Yeah.
I could just be like, how's this growing, you know, and then like kind of reverse course a little bit. You see Andrew Tate does that shit sometimes.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can kind of lean into some form of like objectivity while still rage baiting and then back off of it.
Yeah.
And when Trump keeps pushing this shit, I think he normalizes that shit.
Yeah.
He has to be cognizant.
Like other people are allowed because he does it.
Right?
For sure. A lot of people like look up to him clearly. There's like he has diehard fans.
Exactly.
But for me it's like it's blatant racism what happened there, right? And all the people in the video when you watch it, they're all his adversaries. Like he even had Whoopi Goldberg in it. And whoever made it, you could have picked different animals. You picked them on purpose, right?
Yeah.
And magically he's the lion walking through the middle. Like he saw that, he loved it, right?
Well, the thing is, if this is just some random shit on the internet, this happens on the internet every day, all day. Right?
Yeah.
There's memes, there's videos, there's stupid shit
horrible
going on,
shit on the
period.
internet,
Right?
yeah.
But the fact that the White House decides
Posted
to
it.
repost
Yeah.
this, right? It comes from Trump's account.
Yeah. He probably
What?
thought he was on his fake account.
He probably thought it was on
Around
purpose.
He's just like, yo, I'm just posting this.
No, but
Accidentally did
especially given that it's Black History Month, right? It feels intentional. How
Targeted.
else
Yeah.
are you left to feel? And they're receiving criticism from both sides, Republicans, Democrats. The only Black Republican in the Senate said it's the most racist thing he's ever seen.
Yeah.
It's the only Republican that they have in the Senate. And I feel like that's why people get annoyed with this administration, right? There's no accountability
There's
when they mess
no
up.
accountability.
How hard is it to say? He could have said all that.
Yeah.
Been like, okay, the first part of it was blah, 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 voter fraud. But that I do apologize for putting that out.
Yeah.
Even if he said he didn't actually watch it, because
Yeah.
like he's saying he goes through a million things, he could have now watched it
Exactly.
and like just said something properly. Again, like you're saying,
Yeah.
apologize properly.
He did say,
Like you are the president.
yeah, he did. Well, what did he say? He said that like he would have pissed
He
me
doesn't
off
condone it. Yeah. It would have pissed him off
he
too.
condemned it, but I mean, apologizing is like this, like, you know, campaigning 101. You don't apologize for shit.
too. Yeah,
You just don't, because the mob's gonna come for you
You can
regardless.
take responsibility.
No, but as a president, you're not campaigning anymore, right? You're the president of a country,
Right.
right? And the entire world, pretty much. Like I was saying, U.S. culture permeates culture across the globe.
Yeah,
So if you're not going to take, the office should hold some form of professionalism. The Oval Office, the president, so it kind of carries.
As soon as they got social media, I feel like a lot of professionalism left.
yeah.
It did. And if you remember, it started with J6 when Trump was started posting a bunch of shit on Twitter or whatever. Then he got banned from Twitter.
Yeah.
Like the first time.
I mean, how many AI images does he post regularly?
So many. Yeah.
There's also that conversation, the AI conversation. I always then get worried where then these people come out that want to, you know, malinformation, misinformation, disinformation, hate speech. They want to silence free speech because this is an opportunity to. You have to let the crazies and the hateful people say whatever they're going to say. And then there has to be other voices that just rebuke what they're saying.
For sure.
And then, you know, the better voice wins.
Yeah.
Right. And you put more information out there, you have more conversations, and then this kind of thing happens. Right. But I saw a bunch of people, even talking to people, they're like, it doesn't affect Canadian culture. I think it does. I think it affects Canadian cultures. I think it affects racism pretty much against anyone.
Yeah.
If you're going to be blatantly racist, you're kind of entitling the entire world to be that way.
Yeah.
As a president, you shouldn't let that shit happen, man. You shouldn't be that divisive in a country.
You're creating divide, and they're putting these ICE agents everywhere. Even the voter fraud he's talking about, now they're gonna have them at the voting polls, the booths.
Bro, even what's wild to me is that that's an election that you lost in 2022.
Yeah.
He's still not over.
You're the
it.
president.
Like you're the president
right
now.
now you're the president.
Why are we still talking about 2022?
Yeah.
Something happens. He's like, this whole thing
He's
was
like,
about
in
voter
that
fraud.
place, Georgia.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Nah.
So petty, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like it was a bit much, man. I think, I don't know.
Definitely.
How weird it is with the way that everyone is kind of going in this internet culture. I think it also plays off of that rage baiting thing that I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
I felt like this kind of politics doesn't happen in Canada because Canada's politics is naive compared to, not naive,
And
juvenile,
people
I
are
should say.
sensible here.
For the most part, for now.
Yeah.
Why? Because influencer culture isn't that big yet here.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen? Do you see the talking heads on either side?
Yeah.
What they do is a little bit rage baity. They're just
Yeah,
not great at it yet.
Yeah.
They're coming.
Yeah.
There's going to be people that are going to be very good at rage baiting politics in Canada.
Yeah.
They're not great yet, but they're going to do it.
Yeah.
When that happens, that level of hate and divide starts to it starts to skyrocket. And you kind of see that there, right? Because you're not going to get clicks and views unless you're, you know, talking shit.
Polarizing.
Yeah, unless you're polarizing.
Yeah, and if your leader's feeding into it, what do you expect? It's going to create
I think
divide.
he's even backed off of like these for Canada. What's happening with the Trump administration right now? It's kind of a blessing in disguise because they're gonna get waxed in these midterms, bro. I think, right?
We'll see.
If that happens, you think they're gonna try to impeach him day one? I think right after that they're gonna try to impeach him immediately.
Yeah. People are saying he should already be impeached.
Well, they
now.
can't do shit now, right? They don't have the numbers to do shit.
Yeah.
But if that happens, then these tariffs kind of go away, which Canada's been. You know, maybe that's the play. Maybe that's the play. Is waiting them out, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah.
But yeah, there's this other crazy story that came out of Orlando, Florida. ORL.
Everything comes out of everything comes out of Florida.
So this couple, Steven and Tiffany, they did IVF and they made an embryo like 5 years ago. Do you guys know what that is? It's like when you take the woman outside, right? So they have the embryo, and then recently they got the embryo implanted, and the woman was pregnant and she had a baby, and this was their baby.
Oh shit! Yeah, I could see how.
Yeah,
that would
and
be
it's
upsetting.
clearly not their baby. And they did a DNA test to prove it, and it's not no DNA.
Like they don't have either.
Yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
It's neither of their DNA.
Neither of their DNA.
Neither one.
So
Oh, well,
it's
obviously,
somebody
if it's
else's
an embryo,
that was implanted, and she just gave birth to somebody else's baby.
She's basically a surrogate. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah, and like expecting to see your own baby.
Imagine that going through pregnancy.
Well, that's
of it,
birth.
well, that's a thing, right? With IVF, something like that, the levels of ups and downs that even pregnancy or anything in general, it's
Right.
none of this shit's a given.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So there's people that will have miscarriages, chemical miscarriages, a whole bunch of things happen. You get happy, excited, then it doesn't work out, then it does work out. How many embryos you have versus all of these kind of things going on. And then when it finally works for a couple, I don't know their story or anything, but
Yeah.
imagine then this happens
Yeah.
for sure.
How are
Yeah.
there
So
not more like
crazy.
security checks?
Yeah, like
Through
how
this
can that happen?
process.
Insane, man.
They're
Like,
suing
Like, what's
the
the,
clinic
protocol?
now.
Like, how many times do they ask if this is the right one or who
Yeah,
checks
I
it?
feel
Well,
like for
clearly
blood
not
samples,
enough.
they're more like diligent.
Right?
Like, how do you not know?
That's crazy.
It's pretty wild. But yeah, I think it would have been even crazier if they mixed the wrong sperm with the wrong egg. I'm not
Right?
saying this
And
is
it's one of
acceptable.
theirs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
yeah,
would be
that would
crazy.
have been wild.
Yeah.
But
But
then
then-
in this situation, like, what happens? Do the biological parents?
So they're like, yeah, the biological parents are probably still out there, and somebody else probably has their embryo.
That's
and
the
maybe
craziest
their
part.
biological
Their-
child.
Oh,
their
their
DNA
embryo went to
somewhere.
someone else.
Yeah.
That's what they're assuming. Because why is it not?
Someone probably
there?
has that embryo too.
Imagine being at that clinic
Yeah,
and
that's how
then
they
like
accept it.
you find out that this is your kid.
That's why you have malpractice insurance, right?
That's crazy.
Look
man.
how many,
That's
like, so many people are like going through this too. That's supposed to be like convenient, right? You can't conceive naturally. You have options,
right.
like IVF, and a lot of
Right.
people are using it.
Right.
A new fear unlocked, man. It might just
Yeah,
not
no
be your
safety.
DNA.
And you won't even know until you have the
until
baby.
you have the baby. She went through the
Wow.
pregnancy and all that.
Yeah.
She's like you said, she's a surrogate.
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
Even
she's
like
basically
the emotional
essentially-
part of it, right? Like she, I don't know.
Like that's the thing with
That's so hard.
pregnancies are scary. Getting pregnant doesn't always work out for every couple right away.
Yeah.
You know, some people go through years of like trying to figure out ways to have a kid, right? Especially at certain ages when it becomes difficult. And then to see this kind of shit is pretty wild.
Do you know if the couple wants to keep the kid?
For now, they do, but they're like scared that the biological parents would take it
Right.
because I believe they still have legal rights over like their biological child.
It's a little tricky, but yeah,
Yeah.
they would have a legal
Yeah,
right
so,
there.
like,
They
imagine
said that though.
also.
Kudos to them. They didn't say like we don't want the kid or anything. They're like,
Yeah, they
we
wanna
want to
keep
raise the
it,
child,
yeah.
but that's their fear that any day that
Aw.
biological parents could come and
Well,
take
like
the kid.
especially if you go on the news and stuff.
And
Yeah,
now
it's,
there's
it's
this-
all over the place now.
Now there's this
Yeah.
baby that did nothing
Exactly.
to nobody.
That's
Yeah.
what I was
Exactly.
saying. All
And the
about.
other
Just
one.
this little-
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be somebody else's kid
Yeah.
somewhere.
Well, who knows if that one ended in a live birth?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where was this? This was in the U.S.
Florida.
A lot of
Florida.
shit happens in Florida. eh?
Yeah.
So much.
Remember
That's where that-
Dr.
They didn't
Death?
do anything
So-
there.
But the weather's
That was
so
Florida?
good. It makes me
No,
want
it
to
was
live
in
there.
Florida.
That's why all the Canadians go there in the winter.
Yeah, the weather's fire. Nothing's wrong with Florida. Nothing's wrong with Florida. It's fine. It's fine. That's what you tell yourself. Yeah.
But did you guys hear that crazy viral story about Adam Sandler and his daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I fell for it too. It's not real.
Everyone fell for it.
Yeah.
I fell for it hard. I was like, look at this loyal dad.
Oh my
I want to
gosh.
like stunt that hard if my kid is ever like in anything
Yeah.
too, right? I'll just buy up the Gucci store.
Yeah.
But none of it's true. He's like, it's so weird. He publicly denied it. He's like, it's so pathetic, 100% made up. It's TikTok generated.
It's crazy how
AI.
stories can just take a life of their own
Yeah.
and then just
Do you know
spread
why
like
I
wildfire.
believed it even more? I was like listening to something and his voice was talking about the story.
Yeah.
He was saying that he even said in it that, I ended up giving my family and friends the extra bags because like we don't need them.
No way.
So I'm like, oh wow, he's so nice.
I think a problem with a lot of these talking heads that even if you're just a TikTok influencer, right, and you're not a podcaster like a well-researched podcast or anything, you don't do any research. If they see something and you're just going to then say it to your audience, and then if it goes viral, you're like, yes, got some views, got some follows, and that's all you're, it's
what
kind
do
of
you believe anymore?
Yeah. Especially in this AI space, you wouldn't want to do that. But the original story, what it was, when I heard it, I was like, this is like, the story, right? Like they were saying that she was at a
really disrespected at a Chanel
store. And
I was just like, weird flex, right?
Then she called. So
I was telling you we had the conversation. You
before.
Go for it.
But basically, he was just like, okay, like rich people problems.
Yeah.
That she has a problem at a Chanel store.
She's like, what a great dad.
And I was like, okay, but related to like your kid in a playground being disrespected.
My kid in a playground doesn't have a Chanel bag.
Issues are going to be different.
Right? Like if somebody's going to go buy a Chanel bag and the
she
salesperson
doesn't deserve to be disrespected just because she can afford a Chanel
before
bag.
You get all like, it's also hypothetical because it's not a real story. It's just made up.
Yeah, that's my hypothetical answer.
No, but if you're gonna go and buy out every Chanel bag from that store, you're giving them business.
Exactly.
That's what I thought. That's the first
and
thing
even
I
if
thought.
But in the story, he's like, he didn't give that lady the commission. He gave it to somebody
So this
else.
also person that made it up even thought of that, branch.
Right? That's why there's too many
But even
details for it to be
even
fake.
if you do that, you're still elevating a brand.
Yeah.
You're still giving the brand sales.
The actual
he
flex
had all
would be-
this like stuff that he said after. He's like, it's not about what we wear. It's not about how you treat humans.
Yeah.
And it was just too moving.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were really gonna flex in that situation, you could get that person fired if you're gonna do that.
Or go to another like luxury outlet and buy their
but that
stuff.
doesn't like if your whole prerogative is to get that person to understand, like, with me, like, watch this, right? That's not gonna happen
Or my
if you
kid,
go, I'm gonna go buy this.
Think about it like a scenario that you could relate to.
No, okay, listen. I am a father of a daughter. Father of a daughter? Yeah, father of a daughter. Right? Like, I have a daughter.
Yeah.
Right? To me, I would do anything for my daughter.
Yeah.
So if she's in any situation where she says, like, Dad, I need you, this is happening, I'm dropping everything, I'm running. It doesn't matter how old I am.
Straight to the good store.
Wherever, man. That's what happens when you got daughters, man. Anyone who's a girl dad out there will know. You'll do anything for your daughter. But you can also say two things can be true. If this was a real story that's a little pretentious, you're at a Chanel store, your dad needs to come rescue you by buying out all the Chanel bags in the store.
Yeah.
So he's just like, man, what the? Go give them all to your cousins and shit, to your friends and family. And then she's like, yeah, and he gave it to people, right?
Yeah.
Fuck, you just gave it to your friends and family in this hypothetical situation. Now you're a good person.
You know what's crazy? This thing is straight out of Pretty Woman. Did you guys know that?
Oh, is that what happened?
This exact thing happens in Pretty Woman. She gets
I remember where she gets disrespected at a store.
And what she does is though she goes into the mall or whatever and buys up a bunch of things and then comes back. They're all decked out wearing like designer stuff, and she's like, big mistake, huge mistake.
Yeah.
Right,
but in Pretty Woman, she's a hooker.
Yeah. But she got money.
A little off. But yeah.
He was at In-N-Out ordering a bunch of double doubles.
So he said that part's true.
Yeah. I saw the picture. He's wearing his basketball shorts. I'm like, this seems like what he would actually do.
Yeah.
But you know what? Also, like when I think about Adam Sandler, I think like good dad, good family guy. He puts all his family in his movies.
Yeah.
Like he seems like it didn't seem so unlikely for that story to be true. I guess he's not really like flashy, so it's kind of weird that he bought all these Chanel.
Or that his kids would be, right? Because
I could imagine if you grew up with that kind of money, you'd have a little.
He's always wearing like it looks like Walmart basketball shorts.
Yeah, but I feel like that's just what he like prefers to wear.
Now it's like
right?
kind of his brand.
It's
too.
it's his brand. Like I feel like I'm sure he lives in a nice luxury house, this incredible estate, and his kids drive fancy cars and shit like that. Sandler's loaded.
Oh
yeah.
So it's not like he's like just out here driving Honda Civics.
Yeah.
And like, that's just nah.
Yeah, and he was getting in and out, but you know what would be like a fancy fast food idea? Did you guys see what McDonald's is doing now? We have a small clip of what they're introducing.
Oh shit.
Why?
Don't say good.
giving in the kit. There's like caviar. There's creme fraiche. There's
In Canada too?
Yeah, in Canada too.
Oh.
And only for one day, and you have to sign up.
It's my birthday.
Yeah, February 10th.
And get her some gas.
So hopefully you get it. You should try.
Yeah.
I'm gonna totally try. But like,
It looks so
seems
good.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but the caviar on a nugget.
No, so people like even like wealthy people prefer to eat caviar on like a chip, on like a Lay's chip.
Yeah.
It's like a thing.
No, I get what they're
So
doing.
on a nugget, it would be bomb.
Yeah, but
Yo,
you're
the
gonna spend,
whole caviar and nugget thing though, like it went viral like recently because people have been loving doing that, and like even at the
We should
US
do it.
Open like a few months ago,
No,
like
we will do it.
it was a menu item people could buy, and it was
Oh.
expensive. It was like $100 or something, but like that's like a thing, and
Yeah.
that's how like the McDonald's
much
marketing
are
I
they
guess
selling
got
it
that
for?
idea. They're giving it away for free for one day.
Oh, they're giving
Or
it
you
away.
sign up for
Yeah.
it. And they give it away.
Oh, I thought it was
Yeah.
still you have to pay for it.
No, it's for free
So-
if you can get it. I don't
You
know how
probably
hard it
can.
would be
So
to
many
get
people are
it,
gonna
right?
sign up
Yeah,
for it.
Yeah.
probably like
I mean,
limited.
it's good
quantity.
marketing on their part.
Yeah.
They're poking fun at like
Yeah.
I guess
Rich
elitists.
people shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
You think it's
McDonald's.
like good
McDonald's.
quality caviar though?
That's what I would think. If you're gonna spend money on caviar, which this is free, but if you're actually going to, why would you buy from McDonald's?
They like got it from a different caviar
We
supplier.
don't know that. They also get
They
chicken
said
from chicken
that.
suppliers, right? I don't know where the shit
Yeah.
comes
What's
from.
wrong with their chicken?
It's
Nothing
not
wrong with
real.
Wasn't it like
When did you guys are hardcore
Maybe.
McDonald's fans,
I
eh?
don't know.
No, it tastes good.
What
Do you
mean?
guys like caviar?
I don't know if I've ever eaten it.
I think I've had it on like sushi,
Yeah.
Or like a tasting menu, right?
I've had it a couple
Maybe.
times here and there.
but I haven't had just like a thing of it.
Yeah.
I've never had it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But that looked good. It's a commercial. Something I would want to try.
yeah, I mean,
Fish
it's worth a
eggs.
try. Yeah, maybe we'll try it.
Well, not when you say that.
Yeah. But yeah, let's move on to more politics. Chrystia Freeland was on Bill
back?
Maher. Yeah, you see this shit? I think we have a clip of it.
I would say to you, influential Americans, to Americans here, we really like you. Like, Canadians like America.
Yeah.
We do actually.
Oh, I know.
And we respect
And why
you.
wouldn't you?
And
We're
we-
still awesome.
Actually, you are awesome. And you have done so much as a country.
Yes.
And the world, especially the world's democracies, will be really much poorer if you guys don't get your act together. Because a world in which we need to start relying on China, this is not a world where human rights matter.
Yeah.
This is not a world where democracy matters. And like, I feel kind of
Chrystia doing?
weird saying this, not being an American, but like, America's really great. And I think Winston Churchill was right when he said, America does the right thing after trying everything else first. So could you please finish trying the other stuff and start doing the right.
She probably didn't write that. Right?
So that was kind of funny.
I don't think she's. I don't think. I'm sure there's a writer
going to
somewhere.
Ukraine, knock some sense into her real quick, eh?
Right?
So make a deal, give me the money.
Yo, it's weird to see her on Bill Maher.
What's she doing
there.
on Bill Maher?
I don't know, but a lot of political pundits and stuff end up on Bill Maher and these kind of shows and stuff like that. It's kind of contradicting what her friend there, Mark Carney, is doing, right?
Little bit.
A lot, right? With the deal with China and stuff like that, criticized for it. And like she's like, we actually love the United States and stuff, right? It was a little cringy to watch,
It was cringy.
right?
Yeah.
This is weird.
I don't know what it's all
She's wearing a
about.
Canada flag.
Yeah, we could see that. I mean, she's not even a Canadian politician anymore. Like, yeah, so Ukraine.
You're not getting a favorable deal with this president.
What do you mean?
Kuzma?
You don't think so?
No. Not with Trump.
I don't think. I think they lose the midterms. I think this stuff turns around.
I mean, yeah, they're
I
getting
think-
flamed in the polls.
I think what's going to end up happening is that a lot of. I think if you look into it, a lot of Americans do not like the tariffs. Right? You're making shit more expensive.
Yeah.
In the U.S. for absolutely no reason. Your goal is to bring manufacturing back to the U.S. or whatever. Manufacturing has been tapering off from certain things that I was reading for the last 9 months or so.
Yeah.
I don't know what the end goal is there with there to pressure countries economically to do certain things. All you're going to do is force countries to have other trade deals.
Exactly.
Right? That's why even if you're a Carney supporter or not, or whatever side you end up on, if any trade deals are happening for Canada, you have to go and approach those trade deals and make things happen.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think it's wise for Canada to just sit still till Trump figures out whatever the hell he wants to do.
Yeah.
But I don't see, despite everything that's happening now, I think eventually Canada will have some form of USMCA or something like that. All these guys are saying, no, it's never going to exist again or whatever, right? But I think it is a lesson they have to learn that you shouldn't solely depend on the US just because you can.
For sure.
Right.
But like even with the deal, I don't see it being favorable. They're going to have to make concessions, at least in the short term, to please this guy. They're not going to get a trade-free deal.
Well,
free trade.
Yeah, trade-free deal.
Yeah.
No more trade.
Trade-free.
The other thing that I always find a little bit crazy is that, how everyone's making a big deal of like Polyev going on Rogan. I also feel like he overthought it. Like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Like, do whatever the hell feels right. Chrystia Freeland's on an American show there.
Yeah.
Right? You've seen Trudeau go on Colbert before.
Carney's been on it.
Carney's been on Colbert. Was he on
One of
Colbert?
them,
Or one of these Tonight shows is one of them. You see all of these guys going on American network television, whether it's CNN, whether it's at left-wing, media.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with right-wing, politicians going on what they think as right-wing media.
For sure.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Right? But people, I think they're just scared, certain politicians, right?
From the backlash?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't know how to deal with it.
But I didn't hear much backlash of this. People saying that she's
random.
Canadian.
She did a 180.
Yeah. And
we really love you. Like, where did that come from?
Especially if Carney's out here making deals with China and stuff, and you're like, we don't want to do deals with China.
Yeah.
Then no.
That's why they got her ass out of there.
Yeah.
Not part of the long-term game plan.
Yeah. They go to Ukraine, bro. You shouldn't be advising us on finances. But yeah, talking about Carney, he has a new EV mandate.
Canada will set a new, more ambitious, sovereign path to reduce automobile emissions. We'll drive down emissions by more than doubling the stringency of Canada's vehicle GHG standards by 2035, achieving the equivalent emissions reductions of a 75% EV adoption rate. We won't stop there. By leveraging new investments in EV production, consumer incentives, and charging infrastructure, we'll work towards achieving the equivalent of a 90% EV adoption rate by 2040. The more stringent emission standards will enable the Government of Canada to repeal the Electric Vehicle Accessibility Standard, so-called EVAS. Replacing EVAS with those stronger vehicle emission standards focuses on the results that matter to Canadians, while avoiding placing undue burdens on the Canadian auto industry. Canada will set a new...
Yeah. So,
no more EVAS.
No more EVAS. So they pivoted from mandates to incentives.
Yeah.
Previously, they wanted 100% of the cars to be 0% emissions by, I think, 2035. Yeah, which was never going to work. I don't know even why you would set that in place and then punish people who were going to buy, gas cars.
Even their current mandate, it had minimum emissions that these automakers were supposed to hit in 2026, this year.
20% of sales.
They're like, it's not going to happen.
Zero emissions. Yeah. Everyone was like, how's that going to happen? It's like, there was like, yeah, it's supposed to happen. So this is something that he would have had to have done.
Yeah.
I think the 5K rebate only applies to Canadian-made EVs or EVs that are made by countries who Canada has a free trade agreement with.
So one country.
USMCA.
Yeah.
Right. Mexico as
well. 2 countries, sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
But... I think the caveat there is that if they're more than $50,000, the vehicle is, then you don't get the 5% or the $5,000 rebate.
Yeah.
So, like a Tesla Model 3 is more than $50,000. So you are not going to get a rebate on those Model 3s. But I guess like a Ford, what's a smaller Ford called? the little ones.
Focus?
No. The SUVs, whatever. It's not important.
Yeah.
But like anything that's like a Canadian made EV, you'll probably get it.
Yeah, but he's spending $2.3 billion tax dollars for these subsidies, right? And is that going to get Canadians to buy more EVs?
No.
I don't know.
No. I think it's a good thing if you are a person who wants to buy EVs.
Yeah.
Right? If you're not a person who wants to buy EVs and you want to buy gas-powered cars,
yeah,
right? It's like, yeah, you could make the argument that using $2.3 billion of tax dollars to subsidize EVs at this point in this economy, is it good? Is it not? I don't know. Is it going to encourage Canadian auto manufacturers to now start to, build more EVs to try to pump out more EVs?
I mean, maybe, but it won't happen that quickly, right?
No.
Just look at the market. The market's telling you a lot of people here in Canada do not want EVs at the moment.
Well, especially because
They're
live
not affordable.
No,
either.
well, that's one thing. They're also not practical. We live in a cold climate. Everyone knows that EVs in a cold climate, they have less range, right?
Yeah.
Especially something like a pickup truck, like a half-ton truck. Like you have the Ford, F-150
Exactly.
Lightning.
Good luck hauling something.
Yeah, any of those. If you have a full payload or if you're hauling anything moderately heavy, there's been reports of people when Lightnings first came out, they would go 100 kilometers, 50 kilometers. What the hell are you going to do going 100 kilometers? And then charging this thing, especially in this cold?
Yeah.
Those trucks are going nowhere.
Yeah.
They're going nowhere. So they become incredibly unpractical, right? And then on top of that, we don't have the infrastructure. They're saying that they want to build the charging stations and stuff like that. Sure. How long is it going to take? You know how expensive it is to build those charging stations? When they started that infrastructure in the U.S., they struggled to build them.
It takes forever.
It's crazy.
It's still not perfect in the States. It's very flawed.
Yeah.
And according to StatsCan, only 5.2% of registered cars in Canada are EVs. 5.2%. So you got to listen to the market. And it's not like all the auto sector jobs that were laid off, they're kind of vaguely hinting that it's going to bring them back. It's not.
No.
Like you said, it's going to only come from countries that we have free trade deals with. That's going to benefit America and their auto industry a lot more.
Well, you're not, I know the argument of like you're subsidizing, American cars, bringing them back into Canada, but I don't know any EVs that I can think of off the top of my head that are manufactured in the U.S. that cost less than $50,000.
I don't know, there are EVs, hybrids and stuff that are cheaper.
Well, hybrids, you get a $2,500 rebate on. A plug-in hybrid, they give you $2,500. They're not giving you anything close to $5,000.
$5,000.
Yeah. So that's why I feel like there's more criticism that people have of it. I think it's like whatever, right? Like you had to get rid of that 2035 ridiculous mandate.
Yeah.
And you have to understand that you can't go about it by punishing people who want to buy gas cars, right?
Yeah.
Simply because they're buying gas cars.
Exactly, yeah.
Also, who the hell is buying $50,000 cars? Like nobody wants to, especially if you're a commuter and stuff like that. You're not trying to buy a commuter vehicle for $50,000, not in this economy.
Yeah.
People aren't even buying cars. That's half of the reason why the auto, market is doing crap. It's not just because of EVs or whatever the hell.
For sure.
People are broke, man. Who the hell is buying cars? Nobody's buying cars. Right? So I think it's like I don't know. It's fine if you want to buy EVs, sure, and people get excited about this shit. I remember when they were doing it for the Teslas and stuff, everyone's like, oh, no, the 5,000. It's kind of like justifying your purchase or whatever. But
and they're probably just going to work that into the price anyway.
Yeah.
So,
but still, like, if you're going to buy like I don't know, what would you buy? Like, if you're going to buy like a Tesla
I know
Model
nothing
3.
about EVs.
No, but like, if you're going to buy a Model 3, for example, let's just pretend it was $50,000. You could easily buy like a Nissan, a Civic or whatever. If that's the comparison you're going to try to draw, why would you spend that money on an EV? It's ridiculous. Unless the EV offset the cost so much and they were if they were the same price as gas-powered vehicles, you can make the argument.
And the tech was a little better, so it was like plausible to use them in our country, in Canada. It was cold as shit.
Like in the US, it makes sense the way that they, that they are using EVs and stuff, because how much miles of range do you actually need if you're just somebody who uses it not as like a truck or whatever?
Yeah.
At some point, 500, 600, 700, 800 miles, there's no point.
For sure.
Right? You're probably not going to... I mean, I guess there's a point because you can charge it and not charge it for like months and battery degradation would go down and stuff like that. Sure. But I think in Canada, it's not going to be practical unless the battery technology continues to evolve and you get to a certain point where it becomes practical. Also, there's also this idea that somehow if you have zero emission electric vehicles, that it would take away from the carbon footprint or whatever that everyone's always so focused on. I don't think I have a problem with saying that, you know, you want the environment, you want to protect the environment, stuff like that. Sure, go for it, right? But there's also an argument you can make that brake dust, you know, adds more emission than any of these, you know, EVs are going to take away. And then if 5% of your country has EVs and the rest of the 95% of them don't own EVs, it's not going to do shit to reduce, like, you know, the emissions that you put up.
It's like, for me, it feels like he's just trying to keep both parties kind of happy on the political spectrum. He's playing the middle. You're doing an alright job, man, so far.
I think if that's the thing about it. If I'm not somebody who wants an EV, I've never been that guy. So to me, it makes no sense. Yeah. But if somebody's in the market for an EV, it does make sense. Yeah. But it is better than a mandate. Yeah. Trying to force a bunch of auto companies. Like they were saying 20% of your cars that you were selling had to be electric vehicles, right? Yeah. To imagine making 20% of your cars that only 5% of the population buys and they're EVs. Why? You're trying to force it down these. Yeah. So what are you supposed to do? You're just like these Silverado EVs or whatever, the pickup trucks. You're supposed to sell them at like 20% markup, like at a loss. Yeah. To try to sell it to, like, it's a stupid plan to begin with.
Never so they got rid of that.
That's what he got rid of.
The mandate.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like I could see from that point of view, like imagine if you had another person who wasn't thinking like this and they were like, we want to stick with the mandate, we want to save the environment. Yeah. Then I'd be like, yo, what the hell?
They told her to go to Ukraine. She was the other person.
No, it was Trudeau, man. He's eating orange juice or whatever he was doing. But this guy's, it's weird because from what we know, he was economically advising Trudeau anyways, right? So it's kind of like his own policies and stuff.
You're just making notes. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
But honestly, if you're going to pragmatically look at it, you have to backtrack the mandate.
Makes sense. Yeah.
It's stupid not to in this economy. Yeah. But the auto industry is getting decimated right now anyways, right? We'll see what the hell happens with it. But Toronto cops. Staying on Canada. You guys see this whole investigation that went down?
Yeah, man. Yeah. A bunch of police officers got arrested, right?
Yeah. So the investigators are alleging these cops unlawfully accessed and shared police information with criminal networks, right? Then surprisingly, those criminals were using this information, obviously, to facilitate shootings, robberies, extortion, and drug trafficking. Yeah. And then some of these officers accused of accepting bribes in exchange for protection from investigations. Yeah. And this whole thing started from when they uncovered this plot to murder a CO.
Yeah, corrections officer.
Yeah, in the York region. And one of these, one of the officers allegedly had connections also to the tow truck wars and everything that's happening there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. They wouldn't have found out if it wasn't for that hit, right, that they put out. That's what started the whole investigation.
That's what started the investigation.
But it ended up being 7 different officers. One of them's retired that got charged. Yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff involved, like you mentioned. All that going on. And one of them's a father-son duo. They have the same name. Nice. John Madley. Did you see that?
I didn't see that they had the same name.
Yeah. One's senior, one's junior, and the younger one, his son, has his son in the police force as well.
No
and he
way.
has the same name too, John.
What is wrong with people?
Junior, senior, and the second.
Making sure it gets passed down. All the bribery runs through the family. Right?
You know, even 3 officers in the Peel region, I think they were suspended.
Yeah.
They're pending investigation. They said that none of them were charged.
For the same thing?
For the same thing. Oh. So this thing isn't just like the tow truck thing. It's like a pretty massive deal what they were doing.
They're saying it's like the craziest corruption case or something to go down in Canada.
It's wild.
It's pretty crazy, yeah.
It's wild.
Isn't it like every officer was charged with something different?
Well, different things.
All like different things.
Yeah, because they all had a job to do in the game. One of them's accepting the bribes.
Like, them coming to the guy's house. Like they're just going in front of the window, and like you see the guy go back and forth. And
Well, you see the extortion's been. I don't think this is tied to all the extortion, especially not the South Asian one.
Yeah,
right.
It's been happening.
There's a lot of it.
Yeah,
there's a lot of it going on.
Yeah,
and I don't know, man. Like at a time when you want trust in police, you have this kind of shit popping off. It kind of goes the other way. It's pretty whack, man.
That's what happens. The economy goes to shit. Crime goes up. Cops got to get paid too.
You're not wrong there, bro. Start doing this shit. But like those tow truck wars and shit, what were you seeing? Broad daylight and how they're just like letting shots off and shit like that.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. You never see this kind of shit in Canada before.
Even this, you hear of it like in the States, like New York. There was that famous documentary that came out about the cops. I forget what it's called.
I can forget the division it was, but yeah.
You hear about like sometimes like really corrupt cops that make movies and stuff. I didn't think it would happen in Toronto, man.
I mean, it's
probably happening everywhere.
It happens everywhere, man. There's corrupt cops and good people and bad people all over the place, right? It's not just synonymous to one country or one region. They exist everywhere.
Yeah.
Gangs exist everywhere. Organized crime exists everywhere. That's just the nature of the game. But it is a pretty wild story, right? You see all of these things where, crime's always going up and people are always blaming government and shit like that. Sometimes shit just happens.
Do you think the guy benefited like financially a lot?
100%. That's the only reason you would do this.
Yeah, but like, did they say how much he actually made?
I didn't look into that. I just know that they were taking bribes and shit, right? They're also, they're being kind of vague with the
that's
verbiage.
true. They're still investigating a little bit.
Yeah, but they were, it seems like they were allegedly selling drugs.
Right.
They were,
you know what I saw on the news too? Like people are using drones above like Canadian prisons to drop like
no way.
Oh, really?
Not necessarily just drugs, but things. And like there was like a guy talking about it, and he was just like, you're not allowed to fly like these things above prisons and stuff. And but he was being too nice about it. It was funny. It was a funny video. But people are crazy.
Yeah. Crime's up all over the place here.
Yeah. Prisons are wild too, man. A lot of things happen in prisons too.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I'm just saying. Like, why would I know? I was just like,
NBA trade deadline. It came and went, and everybody was waiting for the shoe to drop, right? But it did not.
No.
Giannis did not get traded. Draymond's name came up a bunch too.
Yeah. Which is kind of sad, man, because I saw him defending it.
He was talking about it too. He's like, if it's the end, it's the end, whatever. He didn't get traded either.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of little roster shakeups. So you got Zubac. I think it's Zubac. I don't know how to say his name. Going to the Pacers for Mathurin. I guess that's his the Harden replacement, maybe. Knicks got Jose Alvarado. Might be a good like clutch player pickup. I remember he's a bit of a shit disturber.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah, he might fit in that system well, right? Coming by him, Brunson and stuff. He could work.
That East is wide open. Who the hell knows?
Yeah.
Luke Kennard. This is the one that everyone was talking about. Yeah. That was pretty funny. Did you see that interaction with LeBron?
No.
So he was just like during the game.
Yeah.
He was off to the side saying something about one of the plays, and then he looks over at him. He's like, he like nods towards him, right? And 2 days later, this guy gets traded.
Oh,
for Luke Kennard. So it happened after the clip. It was just funny. But the Lakers got their sharpshooter, I guess. She's kind of a JJ Redick type. And Jared McCann, this is one that I liked, ended up on OKC. As if that team wasn't zesty enough to get this guy. He's seen his TikToks and stuff?
Yeah.
He's got it all, the nails painted, all of it.
Yeah.
But sneaky good signing. But the big trades that we want to talk about, obviously AD and Russell ended up on, because they love getting traded together everywhere. They ended up on the Wizards, where careers go to die. And AD just announced that he's not playing for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So that I feel like they're showing, the Mavs are, that they're all in on Flag. They're going to build around him. And he's been killing it, man.
He has been killing it, but so Nico Harrison, the roller coaster of this guy's reputation on just sheer luck is wild.
Yeah.
First, you draft Luka Doncic. You trade him to the Lakers. Everyone's like, oh my God, you're an idiot. You win the draft lottery and you get Cooper Flag. Everyone's like, wow, he turned out to be a genius.
Yeah.
Then you take the guy who you got back for him, Anthony Davis, and you dump him for nothing.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, yo, biggest dumbass in the world. You could have got something else for Luka instead, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I don't know, like how are you going to, at this point, the Mavs fan base, if I was them, I'd be livid.
Yeah, but they fired him, so he's gone.
Yeah, but like when you look at the entirety of like whatever the hell that shit was. But to me, I look at that Russell and like the Warriors, the Wizards.
Mm-hmm.
Trae Young and AD. Right? Like, why are you laughing? I'm just
You're going to make a case for that
I'm
team?
going to make a case for it. The East is wide open.
Yeah.
You're telling me
the Wizards are going to win.
No,
the
I'm
East.
not saying the Wizards are going to win the East. I'm just saying, since John Wall and Bradley Beal were in Washington hasn't been fun to watch since then.
Very
right?
true, yeah.
And during those days, they were like, what, a 7-8, 6 seed, 6, 7, 8, like hovering around there. I think AD and Trae Young's nice, man.
Yeah, that's probably the best
a lob threat. If AD is healthy,
he's not playing all year.
Yeah,
that's the other thing. Maybe they knew something behind the scenes. Maybe he's really banged up, man. This guy never plays anymore.
It seemed like ever since, like, you know, the chapter with the Lakers closed, it kind of seemed like he was
just
out.
tapped out, right?
Yeah.
Sucks. But another big one that happened is Jaren Jackson Jr. They sent him off to Utah. So Memphis is full on rebuild mode.
Yeah,
they'll probably
just left there by himself.
No, they'll probably get rid of him too for a bag of chips or something. I don't know. They're fully rebuilding that team.
Yeah,
I guess that kind of makes sense for Utah. I don't know. I didn't love the trade.
Yeah.
But yeah, Memphis is selling. They got a bunch of picks, so I guess they kind of won that one. The biggest trade that happened, Harden to the Cavs.
Yeah.
So they were already 9-2 before the trade, and it puts them in win now mode. That East is wide open this year, especially.
Yeah.
But Harden never wins anything in the playoffs.
No, but the pressure wouldn't be on him, right? He's not going to be the main scoring option there. It's, you know, Donovan Mitchell's team. It's already a good squad. With the East, you never know, man, which way this thing can go.
Yo, did somebody get traded to the Raptors, like a good player, and then they just immediately traded again or something?
No, he didn't get traded again.
it's Chris Paul.
Yeah, it's Chris Paul. We got him, like, they basically told him that, you know, you could sit at home. Remember, he was going to retire.
That's what I thought he was going to retire.
He's retiring this
year. So he's going to retire as a Raptor?
I guess.
Yeah. No, they're going to waive him. They're going to let him go.
Yeah. Did they say they're going to waive him?
I think they said
they're going to dump his salary, right?
They're going to dump his salary.
I just saw his face with the Raptors jersey. I was very confused.
No, he's not even going to play for us.
No.
It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
But,
that sucks for CP. Like, he announces his retirement, does this whole thing, and they're like, all right, go home.
Right?
Right? And then they just pick him up, and he's just like a throw-in to make trades work and shit like
the
that.
cash work and stuff.
Pretty shitty.
It's like a weird trajectory.
I thought the Warriors thing was stupid.
Oh, I forgot to mention that one.
Yeah. How are
Porzingis?
Yeah, I guess I see it because you want a tall big man to go up against Chet and Wemby and shit, and that's the direction you're going in. No, I see it.
Kuminga was the future of that team.
He was, but if Porzingis is healthy, you're in a 7-game stretch. Kuminga's not gonna guard. You know, he's not the same as a Porzingis, right?
I think that just shows that the dynasty is officially over.
I think it's over too. It kind of a little bit. I was like, I don't know if Braun's gonna pull anything off. Steph Curry's gonna pull anything off. Kevin Durant, I don't know. So it seems like that NBA, it's done. That NBA is done. We're on to different things, not bigger and better.
We got Wilder. He's back in the news. This guy's fighting again. He kind of crashed out. So
I saw this.
We have a clip of him. What he was doing.
I'm from the South. You understand?
Come on, let's pull it back into the fight.
It's hard when y'all don't understand. I get it. Another situation. I said I didn't want to talk about the situation. Now you got me riled up.
Fair enough.
Wilder's back. You understand? I feel shit. You understand me? You don't mean that, man.
Okay, stop
man, let me get the out of here, bro. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Talking about my peoples and all that shit. It's hard to believe a black man than a white man. The cheated. Tell him to sue me so I can show the facts early. Because when the documentary and everything, the story come out, I'm going to show everything.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna get all the people that know and all the people that's in the inside. He got people that the inside of him. They're gonna know. I don't what? I don't about that.
I'm not a Fury.
I don't about it. I said we didn't want to bring him up in the first place. It ain't got shit to do with him.
Fair enough.
The you talking about?
Yeah, man, you, man. I'm out too.
That's the guy who's fighting.
Yeah,
What happened there wasn't right.
He told you don't bring it up, but you.
Come on. It's on schedule. I had to ask the question. What about Fury? Everyone else can ask him. Rick Reno asks him. Why can't I ask him?
Why was he so mad?
Because they asked him clearly
He
that
said, "Don't ask me that." Though.
About
He did,
Fury.
yeah.
But okay, I guess like it's journalistic
Like, I was kind of
integrity.
egging him on too, though.
Yeah, but that's what you're gonna do in these interviews, right? Like,
Yeah.
rage baiting doesn't just exist in podcasting. Rage baiting exists everywhere. Like, look at what talking heads do in sports, right? Be it Stephen A, be it Skip Bayless, be all of these talking heads, even in sports. What do they do? You say you rage bait a little bit with this emphasis. That's blasphemous. Right? That's just what they do. But what he's saying, what do you think about that?
Well, clearly this Fury fight's still weighing on him. He's been crying about it since he lost, right? And the only thing is, like, if he did say he wasn't going to talk about it beforehand, maybe the interview should have honored that, but I don't know. It's just kind of
crash out that hard. Like, it's really over
and
that.
then he made it a race thing. Like, when I watched the extended clip, I don't remember any race being mentioned.
I'll give a little bit, but he's crashed out before. Remember that?
He's crashing out.
Remember that?
That's
shit?
the other thing. People are saying, yeah, to this day, that thing was.
But I think I'll give you a little bit of pushback there. I think with what he's referring to was with the glove. You know, he's like he cheated.
Okay.
Like, I'm gonna sue him for it.
Yeah.
There's that. There's also like if you look into their first fight. I don't know if you remember when he knocks down Fury. People are like, it was a 10 count. It should have been a KO. The first fight.
Yeah.
And like in
there
boxing,
was a moment.
In boxing, you're supposed to go to neutral corner while they're counting. And he was kind of like, you know, hovering around or whatever. So I saw a bunch of people online. They're kind of like, look, start the clock. Some people are saying it was 12 seconds. Some people are saying it's 15 seconds. Other people are timing it at 10.1 seconds.
Yeah.
One thing to know, right? Like, I'm not a boxing expert or whatever, but a 10 count isn't 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It's counting to 10.
Yeah,
That's what a 10 count is.
Yeah.
And it's kind of at the ref's discretion when he kind of starts it, when he doesn't. So there's some human error there and shit like that. But you can make the case that Wilder could have won that first fight.
Yeah.
Right? That's just on one
Not the
side
second
of things.
one.
Not the second one.
Yeah.
Right? Because on the second one, what happens? 7th round, Wilder's getting pretty beat up, and then his team throws in the towel.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And then you remember that he was like really, obviously heated about that because they thought like he was getting, and watching that fight, he was like, he was getting it handed to him, right? Like, but I don't know if he should have thrown in the towel.
It's kind of sad though, man. Yeah. He had before that whole Fury situation, he had a good run, man. It was, and if he won one of those Fury fights, who knows? But like now he's like past his prime. He doesn't have his punching power that like.
No, and the third fight he lost in the 11th round. Right. And that one was TKO, I think.
I just hope it's not like CTE related or something. This guy's crashing out all the time, man.
Yeah, I think that's the other side of it. When I see a bunch of people online making fun of like the way he said documentary or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You can poke fun at it, but CTE ain't no joke, man.
For sure.
And you don't know, if he's going through something like that, who knows? I saw Tyson Fury kind of replied to it. He said some shit and then he deleted it. Then he put up a video or some shit. I don't remember what he was saying, but he was kind of just like, I'm not. He's kind of egging him on, kind of not, right? But like he was kind of backing off of it because I feel like he saw.
He doesn't matter anymore either, man. He lost twice.
Yeah, I mean Usyk beat that ass, right? Like Usyk is different, man. Usyk's nobody. When that Tyson Fury Usyk fight happened, most people, for whatever reason, were thinking that Tyson Fury is going to win that fight.
The second one,
right? Yeah. And nah.
Hell no.
Even Anthony Joshua with the Usyk fight, right? Like, Usyk's different, man.
For sure.
Usyk's different.
Yeah. The last thing we got here is Buck Martinez retired. after nearly 40-year run of announcing games. It would have been nice if he went out with the World Series victory, right? That would have been cool.
That would have been cool.
But we have a clip from Sportsnet. It shows off like his career, kind of.
Martinez along with my partner, Pat Tabler. And Pat, there's nothing like an opening day. Swing and a drive. Swing and a drive.
So we called some of the biggest moments in Toronto Blue Jays sports.
High fly ball left field. This is deep. This is 50. I could always catch. I couldn't hit. 39,001. Two.
So how do we do this? You bite, I talk.
The Yankees, they're not a good team. I don't care what their record is.
Welcome back. A familiar voice we know and love. Back in the broadcast booth, Buck Martinez.
Buck, it is great to have you back.
No, Dan, it's great to be back. I heard from a lot of people, too, that have been dealing with their own health issues, and I hope my journey has helped you handle those face on and fight the good fight.
And a swing and a fly ball to left field.
There
goes Rosarena. She's gone.
He's been doing it his whole life, coming up with big hits in the postseason. Nothing bigger than that one right there. Baseball is always a game of inches, and when you have two good ball clubs like the Dodgers and the Blue Jays, anybody could win.
Players will recognize the type of player I've been as a player and as a teammate, that I'm going to do a good job as a broadcaster, as good as I did as a player, and that I'm not going to cause any problems. I'm not going to question their abilities or anything. I'm going to go up there and report flawless and do them a service as a former player.
He played 17 MLB seasons and 6 with the Jays as a catcher. Began broadcasting in 87, called a total of 4,000 Blue Jays games. Even managed the Jays briefly for a season, 2000, 2001 season. And he was part of that broadcast team during the back-to-back wins, 92, 93. He wasn't doing the play-by-play, but he was part of the team. So he's been there through like the whole thing. Ever since I can remember, he's been broadcasting.
No, he's a Blue Jays legend, man.
A really good storyteller too. He explains like the nuances of the game well. If you're like a fair weather fan, really breaks it down every game. Buck Martinez, Joe Bowen in the same year. Crazy.
It is crazy.
Those are the two guys I grew up like watching on the Leafs and now the Jays and they're gone. I don't know.
Holy Mackinac.
Holy Mackinac, right?
I feel with Buck Martinez, right? Like I feel like, you know, he's a player, a manager, broadcaster, right? And then the whole swing and drive, right? Like you're so used to hearing that with the Blue Jays. Yeah, definitely a Blue Jays legend, man. Definitely a Blue Jays legend. It would have been cool if he went off on that World Series.
Right.
But, you know.
Wrong team won.
You're going to keep saying that?
It happened.
In perpetuity, eh?
Yeah.
Just like until the end of time?
Yeah.
All right.
Until we win.
This year.
So Netflix has been having some good original shows
really
recently.
Good ones,
Have you guys been watching The Beast in Me or His and Hers?
Yeah.
Both of them? I watched. You saw both? We saw Beast in Me.
I saw both.
Yeah. You saw both too?
Yeah.
I watched, I guess, just one. God damn.
So in The Beast in Me, like the main character had this question or kind of like an ultimatum for his attorney, like go to jail for me. And he's like, I'll give you this. So I thought that was interesting and I want to see what you guys would say. So would you spend 10 to 15 years in prison and take the fall for a multi-billion-dollar cartel scandal if it meant receiving, so he offered 10 times your yearly salary for every year served.
Yeah.
And plus 1% equity in a massive real estate development. So that's basically like, if we kind of put it into dollars, depending on what the salary is, it would be around like $155 million for 15 years in jail.
That's a whole lot of money, but the jail term's too long for me. 15 years?
For setting up your family and generations after that.
15 years in jail?
And is it for sure though 15? I remember thinking in the show like you could get a plea deal.
He said that in the show.
Yeah.
So
and I also thought when he did say that he's lying. He's not going to give.
Okay, so refresh my memory in the show. What was it?
He does
was
it.
Huh?
He does it.
No, I know. Wait, who does it?
The guy
lawyer.
she's talking about, he takes it.
So what happens?
No, he doesn't take it.
Yeah.
He goes to jail, man.
Does he get
What
killed?
the hell? Did you watch the show? He takes
like,
the deal. He goes to jail. He's like, take the
Damn.
rap.
Yeah.
I'll go to jail for 15 years. And
Yeah, no,
he
but
takes
then
it.
eventually he gets killed.
Because he was doing something. I think it was like something to do with money.
Yeah.
He was just a fall guy.
I'm blanking.
Yeah, but
Who the
what,
hell
did,
was
what,
even
was he,
the
what
lawyer?
did he blame on him? What was he running at that moment?
Something money related.
Yeah,
Something
he
with
was
the art
laundering
or
the
something.
money.
Yeah.
Or laundry. Remember he was in that plane?
Yeah.
And then they're like, they blamed the guy,
Yeah,
the
'cause
lawyer
the only
for it.
trace to the
I don't
money
remember the
was
show at
through
all.
him.
It was a cartel thing. He was getting the money through Mexican cartels.
Yeah.
But he didn't
I
want
remember
to.
they were getting the money through the Mexican cartels. I don't remember
But then
who
they
the
got
lawyer.
caught, 'cause
Who was the
remember-
actor? Who was
He's
the
a
lawyer?
guy with glasses,
He wasn't
curly
really
hair,
in it
ginger.
much.
Yeah, that's why I don't
He was
remember
probably
him.
in it just that
It's
episode.
the sixth
Oh,
episode. It's the
shit.
one before the finale.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as far as taking that much
That's
money,
too much time.
That's too much time for me.
I think it depends on where you are in life, what how important that money is and stuff like that.
Interesting
Yeah.
perspective.
What
Like if I'm like 60, I might do it.
if you're 60?
You want to just die and
What? That sounds horrible. Why would you do it at 60?
I wouldn't do it now.
Yeah.
15 years? Hell no.
But I do it at 60.
Maybe if I'm in that, I'm thinking I'm gonna set up my future generations or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll do it. That's my gift.
I think the more
Maybe 70, maybe 80.
Yeah, he keeps pushing the age. In 95, and fucking, I'll do it for right? It's just no. I feel like the older I get, you start to realize how valuable time is, and you start to realize that money is, I don't know, just kind of something you use to enjoy life a little bit. Provide for people and shit like that is cool, but most of your life is about the relationships you have and family and how you build it, how you the memories you create. And I always see when people are older, what they always regret most is not spending time with certain people.
Yeah.
Right? They won't spend time with their kids. They won't. And if you ever see anyone old or even have a conversation with a grandparent or something, they're not going to be like, well, in 1996, if I'd made that one deal, we would have all been rich, right?
Yeah.
You'll hear people say that who are in their 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
That 80, 90-year-old,
Yeah.
they're just usually the thought process has
Wish I had
changed
more
to
time.
because you'll be in a room and you'll probably have friends who have a room full of grandkids,
Right.
Or great grandkids and people running around, right? And the kids still come around, right? And the siblings still give a shit. Or you've been this, asshole who's never been talking to anyone, never took care of anyone, didn't do shit, and now nobody comes,
Yeah.
right? And you just, empty hospital room by yourself when your time comes, right? So I don't know, man. 15 years is a long time of your life to give
too
away.
much time.
Yeah, I wouldn't give that away. If somebody told me I could have, I'm just thinking, right? The people that I love in my life, family and siblings, kids, wife, Sukhvir, obviously, right? If somebody told me that
Wife and
no, I'm just saying if somebody told me that, take away 15 years for $15 million, thinking of it from the others, 100, even 155, right? If I had $1 billion, right? And if I knew that I could spend 15 more years with my daughter or 15 more years with my wife, I would trade my entire life for it if they weren't around anymore.
Yeah.
So if I'm looking at it from the other side, I don't know if I would take.
What would you want him to say? If you were to get the
No, I wouldn't want him to
155 million.
go to jail for 15
Yeah.
years. Yeah.
Simmer's like send this guy to jail.
Simmer's just am I the only one that's
paid.
Andy, get
Bro, I need a private jet.
I wouldn't do that. I'd miss you too
on
much.
the other side, money's money, right? It's
No, like you're saying, the time is so important. I really don't care about the money.
For sure. Yeah. No, the time is way too much. The time commitment.
I think it'll change me too much.
if it was 1-2 years,
maybe.
I feel like money is this thing where you have, when you're making it, when you don't have any of it, it's the biggest thing in the world. The second you start to get some of it, a part of you doesn't see it like that anymore. As long as your family's okay, your kids are okay, you make enough money where you can go on some vacations and stuff like that, and you don't have to worry about paycheck to paycheck.
Exactly.
Life is pretty good, man. Everything outside of that is
a luxury.
It's a luxury, right?
noise.
There's just more greed, more wants, more power, more money. Man, everyone goes through that shit. That's what politicians do all day.
Yeah.
They forgot where they came from.
They forgot where they came from.
Money
Kanye
changed,
West. I know the reference you're making.
Okay, let's end with this last question. It's a picture. So green banana or brown banana? What would you pick if you had to eat one right now?
That's easy.
Okay, say
I ain't never eaten a green banana, man. The brown one. Yeah.
So you'd pick the brown one.
Well, you didn't even say banana properly. I ain't never eating a green banana. What the hell was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you gotta pick the brown one, right?
And if it's if it's rotten, you can cut around it.
You can make banana bread.
And the banana bread, yeah, that's the other thing.
And you make a lot of banana bread, right? So then it'd be perfect. Oh, shit, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
All the time.
God damn.
Yeah, like the green one, you'd have to wait.
Rescind my insult.
I thought you were being serious because we do.
No, I do. But this weed thing, I don't agree with. If you make it, it doesn't count. You make it?
Yeah, I make it.
No, you cutting the kela doesn't.
You don't cut the kela.
You mash it with a fork.
Clearly, I don't make anything. Someone never makes. I don't make anything. I told you.
Yeah. But
what's the thing? Like, what does one mean and what does the other?
Catch? Yeah, what's
like,
the catch?
I don't know. Just if you had to choose, would you eat a
I thought
banana
it's like
that's
one
more
meant
ripe or
something.
not
Like,
ripe?
are you in there for the long haul? I started thinking like, like the green one, you wait for the fruit.
Yeah.
Oh, you're thinking beef, right?
Yeah, I thought it was some sort of
like my last question, the last question she had. I'm just like, yo, screw $155 million. I will never.
Because like you want a snack, obviously. I want the sweet one.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, all these other
bananas?
episodes when she was like, would you guys go to jail for this much? I was doing the math in my head, like after that question. Like I'm sure she asked, like, would you go to jail for like
a
1
year
year
or something
for $5 million?
And we were like, all right,
yeah. Right? Like, but you 10x that. We're like, hold on, no, bro. Like, no, I don't like that.
Time, man.
Yeah. Is that all?
Yep.
Yeah. With that, remember we're not experts at anything. Neither are most of these talking heads out here. We all just talk a lot of shit. We'll see you guys next week.
Take care, everybody.
Peace.